Hi, Dyslexic Genius here. I'm back on the Edison A1, and we're going to talk about the belt tensioner pulley. And these are critical on Edisons that they run smoothly. But what's happened is I've soaked it in my little jar of lacquer thinner for over a week and a half, and I still can't get the crud out of the inside, so this will spin freely. This is what happens when you pack crap with grease, and then the back and forth movement is very stiff. So how are we going to get it apart and save everything is very easy. You need a punch block. These I got off Amazon very cheap for under $20. What you're going to do is hold it down like this, and you're going to gently just hit the top of where they put this shaft right here that goes all the way through. They pinned it over. And you want to get it over. And you want to just leave a minute bit of material. Because when we put it back together, we can take a punch and pin that shaft back in on the edge around the circle, and it'll hold in place. So we're going to see if this works. Because sometimes you have to hit it and then come back. We're trying to get the shaft out. That did it. There we go. Now we've saved this end right here, and that way when we put it back together, it'll pop in here because it has a recess here. It'll pop in here, and then we can hold it down and then pin the outside, and it'll stay in place. And I left it tight.
So what you did was you lined up that circle thing, and you had it over the hole just so the pin would go through, but not the...
Not the pulley.
I wondered why you didn't put it over a bigger hole.
Yeah, so we have big holes, little holes. Well,
So you only wanted it big enough so the pin would go through.
The round end fits through here, barely. Okay. So round end, this is a little too big. So you want the smallest hole that'll let the whatever you're punching out go through. And then you're using the outside of this. And you can see this. This thing is just corroded with grease.
Now how will you clean it?
We will just a second. You're going to take a shop towel, and you're going to get it a little wet with WD-40, because you see how dirty this is?
And that's grease?
That's grease. So then you're going to come in here, and you'll run the twisted up shop towel, and just pull it apart. And now you can see all the crud that came out. Then you'll have to clean this piece. But what's interesting about this is, why was it running on this side and not over here? See how this side is shiny and this side's not? So maybe this is bent cockeyed, or the junk on the inside was making it run off a little. So we'll have to check this. Sometimes on these, this hole gets oblonged from wear. And this is why I don't oil them. So if this is off on reassembly, I'll check it after I get the pin clean. We'll just drill this out one size bigger, which won't hurt anything, and just build a new pin.
Okay, how are you going to get the crud off that round piece?
WD-40 is your friend. You take a little 4/0 steel wool. And a little WD-40.
A lot of elbow grease.
A lot of elbow grease. I do this all the time. because this thing was nickel plated originally from the factory. You see that? But WD-40 cuts all this crap out. You can see how hard this stuff is. And we're getting there. A little more work. We'll clean out the center hole again. And then this you can just do it the same way. Because these are nickel plated, it's brass on nickel, it's brass and then nickel. You can use this because I had a video on how to clean nickel with 4-aught steel wool and Windex. This works on grease removal with a little less WD-40 in the can. And that's my tip for the day.